What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Triple. I did the lift kit on the truck. It was super late, so that's why I didn't do the a recording of it. But I'm gonna walk y'all through on how we done it. So this is the front. This is the 3-inch lift block right here that we put in. So what you want to do is you want to disconnect these 3 bolts. This bolt, that bolt, and that bolt back there. Then what you want to do is you want to disconnect this, your brake line, and then you want to take your brake line off of this little bracket. Put that back on there. And what you want to do is the upper ball joint, which is right here, the upper A-arm, you want to unbolt it. So pull that Carter key out. There it is right there. See the Carter key right there? You want to pull that key out, take that bolt out. I think it's like a 17 or 18. Pull that out and then whack it with your hammer. Right here where the cigarette is, you want to hit this and your A-arm will drop down. Alright, once your A-arm drops down, what you want to do is leave those bolts on, right? Don't take those bolts off your shock. And what you want to do is you want to pull down on your upper A-arm, and then all you want to do is this right here, pry your shock down and it'll pull back. And then all you do is you just bolt your lift kit onto here, slide it back in. It only fit one way, so just slide it back in, tighten up your bolts, jack up your lower A-arm until your upper A-arm goes in to your hub, and tighten it up, tighten up your Carter key. I've seen a bunch of videos where they said you had to take off your upper A-arm, you had to take off your sway bar, you had to take off your strut, which is that bar right there. I don't think we took that off. I don't believe so. And then you had to take off your brake calipers. I didn't have to do all that. Like I said, all I had to do was disconnect my upper A-arm, which is this right here. Disconnect my brake lines. Not disconnect them, but, you know, make it to where they have some play in it. And then I disconnected these 3 bolts up here. And then I just pried down on my tire. I didn't even take my tires off, actually. I left my tires on. But I pried down on it, which allowed my bolts up here to slide down. And then I just pried the spring out, put my lift on, and slid it back and put it all back together. But I'm still rubbing. So now we're going to go to the back. I got to clean up my kayaks. I might go kayaking next weekend. Alright. So, get down here. For the back lift blocks, all you want to do is disconnect your shocks. Back up a little bit. Disconnect your shocks. I had to pull this bolt out to give my brake lines some play. I had to disconnect this right here on both sides. Alright. I had to take this brake line right here and just disconnect it off this bracket. And then what you want to do, if you do all that, take your old U-bolts off. And then once you disconnect your shocks, do all your brake lines. And I had to disconnect that piece right there. I had to take that bolt off. All right. So once you do all of that, all you want to do is jack your truck up. In my case, I had to use a forklift because my jack didn't go high enough. And what you want to do is the lip lock will have a slope to it. You want to put the slope facing the front of the truck. And then all you do is your lip locks, as you seen earlier when they were on my truck, one's got a little pin, like an indention sticking out of it, and then another one has like the top of the block has a hole in it. So you want the top part with the hole to go up top, and your spring, which is this right here, it'll have an indention that'll slide into that hole. And then all you want to do is just lower it down onto your block and make sure your block, the pin that's on your block, it's just a little like tit or whatever. You want to make sure it's stuck in that. And then all you do is set it down and bolt everything up. All right. Fairly simple. All right. So this is the 6-inch lift on a 2014 Z71 Silverado, and see how much better it looks, but it's still rubbing. So I'm gonna have to either go up higher with it, or do a body lift, or beat that panel back some, and I really don't want to beat it back. But it stopped me from rubbing these little spots and my A-arm and my sway arm. So I just got to raise it up a little bit higher. But this is the truck. It's your boy Triple. Smash that like button if you hadn't already. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I will talk to you later. Peace.